それでは皆様お待たせいたしました。続きまして再開となりますけれども、ここからはピッチ講演となります。一人目はKAERU株式会社代表取締役
the Director Investment, the Okada Tomohiro. Join me in welcoming him with a round of applause. Pitch lectures.
So, KAERU Limited, we create caring financial services in the inclusive society. We are a startup established in October 2020, and we provide payment service with watching over function. And we were awarded by Tokyo Financial Competition, and that is the reason why I'm here today. Let me introduce myself briefly. I have been involved in various payment services, and I realized that the cashless payment is used widely by young people. However, senior citizens as well as people with disability are not using cashless payment because they think it's rather difficult to use. And in order to expand the usage to cover those people as well, I thought that it will lead to the creation of the sustainable society. So the vision is to create a society where everyone can enjoy shopping. As a population in Japan is aging, many people suffer dementia. Dementia or the mental disorder, people with such a disability not supported fully, and in order to make a payment, they cannot use money freely because of those problems. And the cashless service, thus far, the people had to charge or top up themselves. In other words, it was aimed for the healthy people. However, we would like to create a different kind of cashless service, and that is the KAERU service, which is a cashless payment service with a watch-over function. Please view this video. Cashless service for both senior citizens and their families. The aging of population is a huge issue for Japan. As the population is aging, various issues are occurring. For example, increase in social welfare cost. And because of the demography, these problems cannot be avoided, and therefore each and every one of them needs to be solved. In big cities, there are many workers. However, it's rather difficult to do both nursing of a family and work at the same time, and therefore oftentimes they leave work. And for those people, there is this KAERU service. Because elderly people's cognitive function decreases, they cannot manage money themselves. The money management requires a lot of things, but the KAERU provides assistant service, and therefore those people who are not used to cashless payment can also use this. And the family members can top up remotely for their older family members. So for 100 years of life, a KAERU service will be very useful. Next page, please. So this user, his mother has dementia, and mother would use up all the funds because she cannot manage money. Next page, please. Next page, please. I don't seem to get it, but last month, For people with no families, we released services for the local governments. As you saw, in the past, we provided the one-on-one type of service, but this new service targets as multiple users at once. So, in administrative services, when the financing is provided to a citizen, the cash needs to be handed in person, but it was rather burdensome. But thanks to this service, it can ease the burden on both users and the local governments. So adult guardianship is not the only potential user, but whom visit the nursing service facilities, regional banks, and so on and so forth will be able to use this service effectively. Thank you very much for listening. Tomohiro Okada, thank you very much.
Second presenter from We Inc., Chief Executive Officer and Founder, Eisuke Shimizu. Join me in welcoming him with a round of applause. Good afternoon. I'm from We Inc. My name is Shimizu Eisuke. First, allow me to introduce myself. This is what I look like. I'm an ophthalmologist at KAERU University. These students, the hospital, I became an ophthalmologist. Now this is the member. These are the members. The WINC is a venture starting from a university, and I have been engaged in these activities. This the ophthalmologist started this, founded this medical side, medicine, business side, engineering side. We work together. And this is our mission. Next page here. Reduce global vision loss by half. Protect people's health from eyes. Next page, please. Next. So we call this smart eye cameras, diagnostics that using the smartphones. This comes from Japan. Smart eye camera characteristics. Smartphone camera, only the smartphone light source are used, and ophthalmologist, we can look at the shape of the light, and also it can be enlarged. Also, performance is comparable to existing medical devices. You can see left-hand side, the existing ones, right hand, that's the smart eye camera. So with just smartphone alone, you can get the diagnostics from just like you get from ophthalmologists. Various models are being developed. 2 page fast forward. These are applications. Within the application, then they shoot the image and manage those videos. In this way, on the PC, of course, you can manage those different images in these ways. More than 70 units have been installed in Hokkaido and Miyakojima. In others, the ophthalmologists and ophthalmologists are connected. Skipping 2 pages, please. So, skipping 1 more page. Global first. This is the AI, the diagnostics. The anterior segment, the division is diagnosed. This is diagnostics using AI. So combining portable and also the non-portable, it's not to replace the ophthalmologist's diagnostics. So those people who have never been to the ophthalmologist, we are trying to create a model to find a good timing. In a Vietnam agricultural village, we started this, skipping 3 pages, not just in here in Japan, but in Europe, Cambodia, Vietnam, Kenya. In this year, Indonesia and Brazil, we would like to have it registered as a medical device, the business model. At the moment, we were selling units, and also the kind of this is the remote reading, and then the domestic market is not so big, but this remote diagnostics, health checkup can be potentially big. Everybody goes there, and there are not so many devices available. The 70 units are having introduced 40% ophthalmologists, 40% non-ophthalmologists, the remaining the thorough health checkups and others, and they are being increasingly used here in Japan and overseas. This is a device has good affinity in more than 30 countries. More than 150 smart eye cameras are being used overseas. Models in developed countries and developing countries. Yes, it can be demanding in developed countries in the prevention. Developing countries for treatment, you do need diagnostics, so there are increasing needs for such devices. Skipping 2 pages, currently using smart eye camera, we are evidence fast. We are doing this, and we are trying to do the procurement. Once we were funding, we are now ready for the global deployment. OUI Inc. Shimizu Eisuke, thank you so much for your kind attention.
Thank you, Eisuke Shimizu, the third person from SustainACraft, the representative director, Hiroshi Suetsugu. Please welcome him with applause. Please begin. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Suetsugu, representative director of SustainACraft. So we aim to promote the sound climate financing mechanisms for natural capital. What are the projects of natural capital? It may be hard for you to imagine, so let me share with you a few examples. So last month, we visited a project in Brazil. So it takes 45 hours from Japan, so 2 full days. And these are the photos of adjacent areas. We spent only a few days, but we still saw the bushfires, which is the man-made fires. The reason why this is progressing is, as you can see in the top left, the agricultural income from soybean cultivation is very lucrative, and therefore people want to burn a forest in order to create agricultural field. On the other hand, the income from sustainable forest is very low. From 2011 to 2023, as you can see, the forest has been shrinking. Next page, please. So this is a photo of a project area. So it's a very natural environment. And in order to stop deforestation, we must educate the local residents spending a long time. And the local project developers build schools as well in order to educate people why preserving a forest is important. The soybean business operators are the ones who are causing deforestations, but it is the local residents who cut the trees or burn the forest. So we need to educate them. So in the previous session, we heard about the impact investment with the social value, but in this type of project, those are really essential. Unless we pay attention to those, we will not be able to succeed. So first of all, I wanted to share with you there are these kinds of projects. So what we are doing is the carbon credit. The investors and the developers, we come in between the two. As you saw, it's a very meaningful project, and in Guardians and Nikkei reported are junk projects, so to speak. In other words, no values are provided. But in gas and the carbon cycle, we are a group of experts in those topics, and we also have members with a financial background, and we support the carbon carbon credit acquisition, and we also provide matching services for early financing. So we develop technologies based upon which we assess project risks. And we are thinking about making direct investments going forward. Probably today, many of the attendees are from financial institutions, and I would love to listen to your opinions, how you think about these projects. So we have a website, and if you are interested, please do contact us. And later on, during the networking, I would like to speak with you if you are interested. Thank you, Hiroshi Suetsugu.
Next, from SENSYN Robotics, Inc., Chief Executive Officer, CEO, President Takuya Kitamura. Join me in welcoming him with a round of applause. Kitamura-san. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. SENSYN Robotics, I'm Kitamura. Great to be here. Right now, you can see some photos. Construction sites, electricity sites, disasters, major plants. Those are the main fields of our activities. In any case, I think there are some commonalities. For people, high-risk areas. So three dirties: dirty, dangerous, demanding. So against such negative factors, robots, drones, smart solutions, we want to make them smart. We want to overcome those difficulties. Next, please. To be more specific, if you look at Japan, it has structural issues. We are taking up the challenge, decreasing workforce because of the declining birth rate and the decreasing population. And it's not just about people, facilities, infrastructure aging, and maintenance cost keeps going up. And natural disasters have become extreme, and we have to prepare for heavy earthquake. In the field, when people are working, since the number of people will become fewer, we have to do more with the less. And also, we need to lower the required persons. Otherwise, it's not going to be sustainable. Robot technology, digital technology, certainly useful. We are convinced of that. So, future, what do we want to do? In your living sphere, the workplace, there are mountains, rivers, buildings, maybe plants. There are many facilities, I believe. So structurally, we analyze them for each object. Smartphones and PCs, with one touch, two touches, the robots will take the required move, retrieve data. The AI will look at the inspection and do the analytics. And then it can be acted upon and for stable operation. Specifically, how do we develop solutions? Three layers are combined in the provision. Both bottom, that's hard layer, the hardware, you can choose any devices from the world. What's our competitive edge? That's in the software. The middle, that platform is so important. I mean, robotics, it really needs literacy, but we have automation engine because data becomes so important. And there are some containers for those. And we're using AI and creating 3Ds, and real-time distribution is made available. For such required functions, they are modules, and they're contained as parts and components. But platform and devices, if we are just to package them, it's not easy to use. So on top, there are the work applications. So with one touch or two touches, you can complete the mission. That's the kind of a worldview we have created. So regarding those applications, you need to have a full, deep understanding of the processes concerning the applications with the industry leaders. We are co-working their dynamics and their processes are fully understood, so that people will keep using, not just using it for once or twice. it's going beyond POC. For social implementation, we are already working in that level. Plants, electricity facilities, renewable facilities. Already we see some effects. In average, more than 50% productivity increase or the cost reduction have been achieved. The acquired data is so valuable, creating digital twin by checking them against drawings. Next page, please. Regarding our target market, infrastructure maintenance market. Domestically, that accounts for 1% of the GDP, so 5 trillion yen. So maintenance, it is 6 trillion yen. Looking at globally, more than 200 trillion yen market is there. So it has a huge potential, and there is a high conformance, the applicability of what we do. Next. As the well-known leading companies and partners, we already have the track record working with them. Using this experience in various areas, we would like to make sure we can grow into those areas. And we're still a startup in terms of resources. It's lacking, but we have a passion, our capability that we have built that's pretty sufficient to take up the challenge of Japan's social issues and also to solve societal issues in the global community. I hope you will give us your helping hand. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Takuya Kitamura. Next, the fifth speaker from Tsubame BHB, Mr. Gen Tatara. Please welcome him with a big applause. I'm Tatara from Tsubame BHB. Although the time allocated for me is very short, 5 minutes, I would like to talk about the ammonia project. Next one, please. So we are a venture company belonging to Tokyo Institute of Technology. Using Professor Hosono's innovative technology, we are working on ammonia synthesizing technology at the low temperature and low pressure. And Professor Hosono wants to contribute to the essential for life type technology. Next one, please. So using a unique ammonia synthesizing technology, we would like to create a sustainable society. So we are a venture company that is engaged in the development of ammonia synthesis technology. Probably you hear this word ammonia almost every day, but what is it used for? It's a basic chemical which sustains a lot of activities, and it can also be used for decarbonization or the hydrogen carrier or hydrogen transport. The characteristics of ammonia markets, there are three things: growth potential, green, and the new applications. The market size in the next 20 or 30 years, it is expected to double. So particularly, green ammonia is likely to grow significantly. The food and the chemical applications, the marine fuels, and hydrogen carrier are the new applications. But there are two major challenges for ammonia. The one is the producing nations are distributed, and the other is the CO2 issue. Our weapon is electrolyte, a catalyst. The nitrogen, the molecules are bound very strongly in the air, but the electrolyte catalyst has lots of electrons, and therefore ammonia can be synthesized at the low temperature and the low pressure. And Tokyo Institute of Technology, JST, and us have secured this technology. Ammonia is now produced using Haber-Bosch method, which was invented 100 years ago, but it requires high temperature, and therefore the huge volume of production is suitable for this. But we can produce in a smaller scale, and we would like to overcome this old technology, which is 100 years old. Electrolyte catalyst becomes possible by a smaller size plant. On-demand production near the users would be possible, and therefore transport and storage costs can be reduced. An effective use of distributed renewables and surplus power will also be possible, leading to easy operation and easy maintenance. So local production and local consumption of ammonia will become possible. Decarbonization and supply chain risk will be eliminated, and we will also be able to contribute to food security. What we are working on right now, small-scale distributed production, is at the pilot level. And right now, we are contemplating the business projects with potential clients throughout the world. And high efficiency, the mass production, we would like to begin in 2030 by commercializing this technology. Middle East, Africa, Laos, plus many other locations, we are trying to deploy this technology. Lastly, we would like to contribute to achieving food security and a decarbonized society, feed the world, and fuel the world. Thank you for listening.
ありがとうございました。タタラゲンさんでした。